Okay, thank you, everybody. Good morning. I'm so proud to be joined by my friend and great partner who always fights. We always fight together for New York. And we're here, of course, on the heels of President Biden's, the release of President Biden's American Rescue Plan. As you all know, we have a major crisis. Okay. As you all know, we have a major crisis in this country, a huge crisis, one of the worst we've ever had, the worst economic crisis in 75 years since the Great Depression, the worst medical crisis, health crisis in 100 years since the Spanish pandemic flu. And we all know that New York was particularly hard hit, maybe harder hit than any other state, because we got it first before we all knew how to deal with this crisis. Here's the good news. President Biden's rescue plan, which I have here, is very, very good for New York. We expect that more than $50 billion will come to New York as a result of this plan. Money for our businesses, money for our unemployed workers, money for mass transit, money for food, feeding people, money for keeping people in their homes, and something greatly missing in the last plan was direct aid to our state and local governments. $350 billion direct aid, and then there will be aid coming in other ways through education, mass transit, broadband. So this is a very, very good plan for New York. We need the help, maybe more than any other state. Senator Gillibrand and I are going to fight very hard to see that this plan is enacted. There's so many needs, and this plan covers the panoply of those needs. But probably the most important difference, the most important difference in this plan is that it has direct aid to both New York State, New York City, and all the other localities. That was left out in the COVID plan because our Republican friends in the Senate would not put it in. We found other ways to get New York aid, but this now gives New York a very, very, very good amount of direct aid, and we're very glad that that is in the plan. The bottom line is very simple. We still need a lot of help. Federal government stepped up. I negotiated the original CARES bill with Secretary Mnuchin. That provided aid. But when we wrote that bill, we thought that COVID would be gone by the summer. It then took a long time to get our Republican colleagues in the Senate and the House to agree to another bill, which happened right before Christmas. But that was an emergency plan. This deals with the greater and longer-term needs of New York in the ways that I mentioned. With that, let me call on Senator Gillibrand. Oh, I have one more thing to say about appointments, okay? So I'll do that after.